Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new eShop sales episode. In today's episode, we'll check out some of the weekend's best deals plus a new release at the end as well. We're just a few days away from the big video game directs and showcases here in June, so keep an eye on the eShop and be sure to wishlist the games that you might want to pick up at a discount. Also, what are your thoughts on pineapple on pizza? Is it totally acceptable or like blasphemy? Let me know down below. If this is your first time here at the channel, welcome and thanks for hanging out. If you like Nintendo Switch content, feel free to subscribe and stick around for a while. We have an awesome group and we'd love to welcome you as well. And to my friends and family already here at the channel, I hope you're having a great weekend and ready to check out some deals. Thank you as always for hanging out again today, you know we truly appreciate it. Alright, and with all that said, let's dive in and find some deals. As always, stay safe out there and please enjoy the video. Alright, we'll start off with Antiquia Lost. This is a single-player, retro-style RPG from Kemco with a download size around 350 megabytes and a main story that will last players more than 10 hours to finish up. It has a unique weapon upgrade system, and the way you level the main character up is pretty cool and puts a bit of a twist on the standard leveling found in most RPGs. The battles are turn-based, so keep that in mind when making your decision, and if you played any of their other games, you'll feel right at home with this one. If you're interested in Antiquia Lost, be sure to pick it up before the sale ends on June 16th. Right now it's marked down 50% to just $6.49, matching a previous low. Atomicrops is a single-player action-adventure game from Raw Fury with a download size around 1.9 gigs, and the main story could last more than 20 hours to finish up. Now this is a roguelite that's also a farming sim as well, and basically you'll have to grow crops and feed your local townsfolk while defending the town from creatures and other bad guys that attack at night. The more you build up these relationships with the townsfolk, the more help you'll have, and it will definitely be needed. This is a really cool and unique game, and right now it's on sale until June 1st, marked down 60%, matching a previous low of just $5.99. Golden Force is a side-scrolling action platformer from No Gravity Games, and this one is available in local co-op for 2 players. It has a 1 GB download, and the main story will last roughly 5 to 10 hours to complete. With this one you have multiple playable characters that all play a bit differently from one another, collectibles and secrets to find, and the boss battles are pretty awesome. In fact, the game throws you right into the action against the boss at the start, and it never lets up from there. If you enjoy a fun and challenging platformer that you can play with a friend, make sure to check this one out before the sale ends on June 13th. Right now it's marked down 60% to a brand new low of just $7.99. Up next we have Heaven Dust 2. This is a single-player puzzle-style adventure game from Indie Nova, and it has a main story that will last roughly 6 hours or so to finish up, with a download around 1.1 gigabytes. Now this one definitely has that classic survival horror feel to it, just with better graphics and controls. It plays a lot like older Resident Evil games with puzzles that require searching for and combining items in order to progress, and the combat system is pretty fun as well. It also has an easy mode for people with less experience, so anyone can jump in and give it a go. If you're interested in Heaven Dust 2, make sure to grab it up before the sale ends on the 16th. It's marked down 33% to just $9.99. Next we have Raji and Ancient Epic. This is a single-player side-scrolling adventure game that has a roughly 6-hour main story, and the download comes in at just about 6 gigs as well. Now this is an emotional game that tells a story of 2 siblings that are separated by a great war between the gods and the demons. This war is spilled over into their world, and we follow Raji on a quest to reunite her with her brother. The graphics are gorgeous and the combat system offers a lot of depth as well, plus the game is set in ancient India, which you don't see too often. If you're interested in Raji and Ancient Epic, be sure to pick it up before the sale ends on June 1st. It's marked down 66% to a brand new low of just $8.49. Next we have Shadows of Adam. This is a single-player retro-style RPG from Circle Entertainment with a download size around 1.2 gigabytes, and the main story will last roughly 15 to 20 hours to finish up. The story is emotional and comedic at the same time, plus the combat is fast-paced, and the game has some modern-day quality of life enhancements as well. The retro look and original soundtrack are really what set the game to the next level though. I felt like they're perfect, and if you enjoy a good retro-style JRPG, make sure to check this one out before the sale ends on June 16th. It's marked down 50%, matching a previous low of just $7.49. Super Mega Baseball 3 is an arcade-style baseball game from EA with a download size around 5.5 gigabytes, and it gives players a chance to play a hybrid retro modern-day sports game that feels like it came right from the Super Nintendo days. It offers both local and online multiplayer as well, making it a great alternative to something like MLB The Show. For people that are looking to play a great baseball game but they don't really want that simulation feel, this honestly feels a lot like the old Ken Griffey Jr. games from the Super Nintendo. If you're interested in this one, be sure to pick it up before the sale ends on May 30th. Right now it's marked down 60% to a brand new low of just $17.99. Tanuki Justice is a fast-paced arcade-style action platformer, again from No Gravity Games, with a small download size around 50 megabytes and a main story that will last roughly 4 to 5 hours to finish up. Now the game does have a ton of replayability though, so you'll likely get more playtime from it before you move on. It also has local co-op for 2 players, and it will throw everything at you both in every level. The combat is amazing and the boss battles are incredible, but the game is definitely challenging. If you're up for the challenge though, make sure to check this one out before the sale ends on June 13th. Right now it's marked down 60% to a brand new low of just $5.99. Valfaris is a single-player action platformer with a download size around 1 GB and a main story that will last roughly 10 to 12 hours to finish up. Now the game is pretty tough and feels a lot like playing an old school Castlevania game, but the heavy metal soundtrack is the highlight for sure. The entire time the game is just pounding your eardrums with rock while you battle through the stages and take on the incredibly tough boss battles at the end. The game has a really cool New Game Plus mode, giving even more playtime and value, and right now you can pick it up at an all new low price of just $7.49. It's marked down 70% until June 9th. Wallachia, Reign of Dracula is another single-player retro action platformer, this time from No Gravity Games, with a small download size around 180 megabytes and a main story that will last roughly 5 to 6 hours to finish up. There are 7 intense levels full of enemies and bosses that are incredibly brutal. The game is definitely no joke. Now this is another game that was heavily inspired by the Castlevania series, with a story that's based around Vlad the Impaler. The combat once again is amazing and the retro look is top notch, and if you're interested in this one, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on June 13th. It's marked down 60% to a brand new low of just $5.99. Next we have Wild Guns Reloaded. This is an arcade style shooter available in local co-op for up to 4 people, and this is an updated version of the classic from the 16-bit era. Again, the action is fast-paced, the shooting feels great, plus with this version they added in some new content like new bosses and new levels as well. They also added new game modes, you have the multiple playable characters, and of course if you played this back on the Super Nintendo, you're definitely going to enjoy this version. It's a category of game that's sorely lacking on the Switch, so if you're interested in Wild Guns Reloaded, be sure to pick it up before the sale ends on June 1st. It's marked down 50% to just $9.99. Xeno Crisis is an arcade-style arena shooter from Bitmap Bureau with a download size around 220 megabytes, and the main story will last roughly 5 to 10 hours to finish up. Now again, there's a ton of replayability with this one, plus you have local co-op for 2 players, and this is an incredible port from the 16-bit era. Like with Wild Guns Reloaded, they've added in some new content, so both newcomers and fans of the original will have something new to experience. For newcomers, they have a few difficulty settings as well, and right now it's on sale until June 9th, marked down 50%, matching a previous low of just $9.99. Up next we have Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. This is a single-player 2D platformer from Team 17 with a download size around 4.8 gigabytes and a main story that will last more than 15 hours to finish up. This, in my opinion, is one of the best 2D platformers on the Switch, up there with Donkey Kong and Mario, no question. There are tons of collectibles, each stage has 2 different versions, and the way it ties in with the overworld is fantastic. The story is comedic, and the final stage, the Impossible Lair, is one of the most challenging levels I've ever played in any game. Obviously, I highly recommend this one, and if you're interested, it's on sale until June 16th, marked down 75%, matching a previous low of just $7.49. Up next we have DEADCRAFT. This is our new release for the week, and this is a survival action game with a download size around 3.1 gigabytes, and it's a must-play for fans of the genre. Now the game also adds in some RPG mechanics as well, and puts a fresh spin on a lot of the mechanics typically found in these style games. For example, our protagonist is half zombie himself, and as such it gives him special powers that he can use during battle. Plus, once you defeat an enemy, you can take the fallen enemy to plant them, and then raise your own zombie army, which is crazy. Meanwhile, you'll have to scavenge for materials and food to stay alive as well. If you like a good zombie survival game, make sure to check this one out, as there's an introductory sale for another couple days. Right now it's marked down 10% to just $22.49 for the base version, or 15% off for the deluxe edition at $33.99. Alright folks, and here are some more deals to check out while you're already on the eShop. Alright everyone, that's going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode, but keep a lookout for more daily deals and eShop list videos. Thanks again for hanging out. You know you're legendary. If you made it this far, hit that like button, share it around with somebody who might like a deal, and please stay safe out there. Alright little man, take us home.
That's all for today's list. We hope you liked the video. If you did, consider subscribing and liking down below. Okay, bye!